Fireplaces burning bright and shining. See the presents underneath the good old Christmas tree. As I wait all night till Santa comes to wake me oh, why that's Christmas to me. I see the children play outside like Mom and Daddy share a kiss under the mistletoe, and we'll cherish all these simple days wherever oh, why that's Christmas to me. I've got this Christmas song in my heart. I've got the candles glowing in the dark, hanging all the stockings by the Christmas tree. Oh, why? 'Cause that's Christmas to me. Oh, why? 'Cause that's Christmas to me.
And listen for the thought of reindeers walking on the road. I fall asleep to lullabies, but morning's coming soon. And the only gift I'll ever need is the joy of family. Oh, why? 'Cause that's Christmas to me.
I've got this Christmas song in my heart. I've got the candles glowing in the dark, hanging all the stockings by the Christmas tree. Oh, why? 'Cause that's Christmas to me. Oh, why? 'Cause that's Christmas to me.
For our first scene tonight, we were performing a piece from the kitchen sink. In this scene, Kath is struggling to unblock her kitchen sink, Sophie's jiu-jitsu seems to be going down the drain, and Billy has his dream set on going to art school.
What do you think about the nipples, Mum? Mum? Mum?
What, love?
The nipples, Dolly Parton's, what do you think?
Oh, they're lovely, Billy. Spot on.
You don't think they're too much? I'm worried she might look a little bit cheap, though.
Don't be daft, Billy. Just like Dolly Parton. On a cold day.
I did imagine it being cold. What about sequins? Mum? Mum?
What?
Look!
I'm trying to get on with your dad's tea, really.
Just look, though.
What's the matter?
What about sequins?
Actually on the nipples?
No, just in general. I've got these blue ones, but I don't know whether they'll hinder.
Just do what you think, love.
And that's the thing, though. I think it looks good now, but it might look better with sequins.
Okay.
What if I ruin it? I don't have time before tomorrow. Maybe it's better to play it safe. What if I get there tomorrow and they say, this is technically a good portrait of Dolly Parton, but she's lacking something?
Like a bra?
No, like a spirit.
Right then, decision made.
Definitely sequins. Oh, but the thing is, though, with sequins...
I don't really have time for this, Billy.
I just sort of think...
I'm behind with your dad's tea. I thought if I had it
though.
ready by the time I got back...
You're not even listening!
It's a sodding picture, Billy, of Dolly Parton. How hard can it be? Oh, I'm so sorry, Billy. So sorry. I shouldn't have.
No, you're right. It's a sodding picture of Dolly Parton. I'm fucked.
Billy.
It doesn't matter.
I think it looks lovely. Honest, it does really lovely.
Cheers.
And I mean, I don't know anything about art, so they're sure to like it more.
Mm-hmm.
The other pieces you have too. The photos of clouds, the film of Edna dancing to thingy.
Justin Timberlake.
You'll be a shoo-in, you will.
You think?
Mia, whatever happens, it'll be all right.
I hope so. I still think I'll get sequins amiss.
I better get on.
Mum, I can still smell it.
Just keep plunging at home.
Do you not think we ought to get it fixed like properly?
I think I miss it. It's quite therapeutic, really, a good plunge. Do you want to set the table?
What shall I do about?
Just leave it there.
You sure?
Positive.
Is this a specialty?
What, love?
A specialty?
Not really, it's casserole, why?
Nothing. You just seem to be putting quite a lot of energy into those carrots. So I thought it might be a specialty to talk about.
It might come up.
Maybe I'll just set it for you and Dad then.
Anything, Billy, just...
Freaking hell, Billy, nice nipples.
You what?
They're a bit erect.
Cheers.
How'd tonight go then, love?
Well, you know,
Girls alright?
it's your mixture really. Proper tough cookies and then the weepers.
Yeah.
But I think I'm getting through to them. Some good blocking tonight, not so many bruises. 6A Steve scene, please. They'll put me in my black belt in summer, so you know.
Soph, that's amazing.
That's brilliant, love, isn't it?
Reckon I'll fuck it up, to be honest. I'll do that.
Come on, Soph, of course you won't.
Smells nice.
It's a specialty.
Oh, 'cause I'm off out anyway.
You've only just got in.
Well, you know.
Anywhere nice?
Think we're off into Hull.
Oh, very nice, all of you going.
Not really. You nervous?
A bit nervous.
Definitely taking that though.
I am, yeah.
Well, I mean, you've got other stuff.
Bits and bobs. Big pictures I took of clouds.
Edna bringing sexy back.
And this is my main piece though. It took me ages.
Right.
What do you mean?
Nothing, they can just be quite snobby and that, can't they?
I don't get you.
Well, I just wonder what they'll think, sitting in the little offices in London, surrounded by all Leonardo da Vinci's and that, Tracy Emin, and you turn up from Withersea with Dolly Parton tucked under your arm, except your nipples won't fit.
Sophie!
Kidding, you'll be fine.
That's right though. They look down on Dolly, people do. Then, I just think she's proper inspiring, isn't she? I can remember the first time I heard her on a school trip to the abattoir in year 8. Got on the bus and the lads were having a go at the drive because they wanted to listen to banging tunes over free. And he just ignored them. Couldn't believe anyone could just ignore them and carry on. They gave me quite a hard time in school, really. Well, all the time. So I started listening too. And it was Jolene. It's just something about someone singing the whole of themselves. All their fragile bits, all their needy bits. And making it beautiful. I don't know. It's strong and not even giving a shit who hears it. I thought it'd be nice if she was with me tomorrow. I think I'm putting myself a bit on the line, really. Well, a lot of myself, dreams and that. This time next week I'll know.
From the American slave trade, the Holocaust, women's suffrage and more. Revelations is a piece choreographed by Alvin Ailey and is famous for being inspired by the hardship of the slaves in the slave trade. This evening you will experience multiple scenes from the production, and this is only the first. I've Been Buked focuses on not giving up even in the midst of sorrow.
Things I Know to Be True is a collaboration between Andrew Bovell and Frantic Assembly and shows family life in the eyes of 4 siblings, a mother and a father.
It's late,
Past midnight.
and the phone starts to ring.
You're in your pyjamas, still barefoot asleep. Because you've just been walking.
Your heart is beating,
Too fast.
like it might go.
Any minute it might go.
And you know if you answer, your life is going to change.
And you're not ready for it.
Even though you've been waiting for this moment ever since we were old enough to stay out past 9.
Ever since you stopped tucking us in at night and turning off the light.
Ever since we came screaming into this world.
You've been waiting for this.
And you're thinking, which one of my kids is in trouble?
Which one of my kids is her?
Which one of my kids is dead?
And how will I tell their mother?
You could turn around.
Walk away.
Not answer
But you know that this...
Whatever this is.
just has to be faced.
Hello?
Berlin. A winter coat, a travel bag, a red nose, and a broken heart. I'm standing on the platform of the train station. It's cold. The train is late and my socks are wet. I'm not quite sure how I got here or where I'm meant to go next. I met him 4 nights ago. His name was Emmanuel. He was was the most beautiful boy I'd ever seen. He came from Madrid. I've been travelling by myself for 3 months. A great European adventure. London, Dublin, Paris, Prague, then Berlin. I've been saving for a year. Cafe work, bar work, babysitting. Mum and Dad said don't go by yourself. Go on a tour, or at least with some girlfriends. I'll meet people, I told them. I'll be fine. Meeting people is harder than you think. I mean, I did meet people, at hostels and stuff, mainly just other English people. It was fun for a night or two, but all the boys just wanted to have sex. If I wanted to have sex with an English boy, I would have just stayed in Hallett Cove. So, I go to the churches and the museums and the galleries, and I walk through the cobbled streets and I sit in cafes trying to look mysterious. Everything is so beautiful. Everything is what I was expecting it to be, yet somehow I want it to be more. I Skype home once a week and tell Mum and Dad what an amazing place Berlin is. They've never been. I tell them that I'm having the best time, because I can't bear the thought of them being disappointed for me. And when I Skype my sister Meg, I pretend that the camera on my iPad is broken, because she knows me, and she'll see it in my face. She'll see it that it's all a mess, and she'll tell me to come home. I can't go home, not yet. I mean then. I couldn't go home then because it would be such a defeat. I don't know what it's meant to be. I don't know what I'm meant to do. I keep wondering, when will it start? Life. When will life start? Then there he is, dancing at a club in Mitte with his shirt off. And I think, wow, that guy can really dance. That guy is like fire. And he looks over at me, and I am gone. I pretend not to be. I try to be cool to make it seem like I'm not interested, but I am so interested. And we dance until the sun comes up. As we walk out of the club into the light, I think this is it. This is life. I am living. And I know he wants to take me home. To his place, or his friend's place, to someone's place. I'm not quite sure whose place it is. And I say okay, because at last I'm living and I don't want life to stop. When he kisses me, I want to cry because I've never been kissed like that, not in Hallett Cove. I've never been kissed where he kissed me or touched quite like that. He seemed to know things. For once, it didn't seem to matter that I didn't. 3 days. 3 days we stayed in bed. After those 3 days, I knew some things too. We don't even get up to eat. He disappears and comes back with a bowl of cereal and 2 spoons. That's all we eat, cereal. The same bowl for 3 days. On the 3rd night, I do that thing that you shouldn't do. I watch him sleeping. And I think about the future. I imagine taking him home to meet Mum and Dad, my sisters and brothers, and how they will all love him.
Oh, Rosie, well done, love, well done. Brilliant.
Like they love me. And how clever and brave I am to have found such a man, such a beautiful man, who's different but the same, and to have brought him all the way back to Hallett Cove. And then, there I am. In our backyard. Oh, there I am, I'm so embarrassed, but there I am in our backyard. And Dad's walking across the lawn on his arm. He's got tears in his eyes. And Mum's there in a new dress, which she never lets herself have. And my sister Pip, with her husband Steve and their 2 girls. She got married in the backyard too. And Meg, my oldest sister, who I adore, is there with her boyfriend Taylor. And then there's Ben, my brother, who's there with a new girl who won't last because they just don't with Ben. And I love them all so much. Sometimes I think maybe too much, if you can love too much. Now I have to make room for Emmanuel, who's standing there in a suit, and he's looking so handsome. and I'm there in a white dress. And I'm kind of shocked, kind of surprised, because I never knew that that's what I wanted. Maybe it's not what I want. It's what I think Mum and Dad will want for me. Anyways, I'm standing there in a white dress, walking across the lawn on Dad's arm, and then he wakes up. And he looks up at me as if he knows what I'm thinking and as if he's about to get up and run, so I kiss him on his lips before he can. And he smiles up at me, and I am gone all over again. Then we make love so tenderly, so sweetly. And as I drift off to sleep, lying on his chest, listening to the beat of his heart, thinking that I could listen to this sound for the rest of my life. I think this is it. Is this what falling in love is? And when I wake up in the morning, he's gone. Along with €400 from my wallet, my camera, my iPad, my favourite scarf, and a large piece of my heart. I go downstairs to find a girl sitting at the kitchen table smoking a cigarette, and I ask her if she's seen him. She shrugs and says something about he's gone to see his girlfriend in London. She tells me to get my things and get out of her house. So I walk through the streets of Berlin and I feel so small. I feel like I'm 12 years old. I feel ridiculous. I want to cry, but I don't. I mean, I do, but not as much as I want to. I want my dad. I want my mum, I want my sisters, I want my brother. I want to hear them laugh and argue and fight and tease me. If I think about them, my chest will explode. My arms will fall off, and my legs and my head. So to keep my mind off it, I write a list of the things that I know. And I mean things that I truly know for sure. Right even is. It's a very short list. I do know one thing. I know that at 25 Lindari Avenue, Hallett Cove, things will be the same as when I left them. They always will be. And that's when I know I want to go home.
Bob! 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 The kids have to be picked up at 3:15.
Oh, I know.
But you can't be late.
I'm never late.
You were late on Monday.
5 minutes. That's not late.
It takes 2 minutes to grab a child and put her in your car.
Oh, you know that, do you?
There's some dinner in the fridge, bolognese. Just heat it in the microwave and Pip will pick them up at 6.
I'm going to have to go and see somebody about getting rid of that tree.
You are not touching that tree.
It's making a mess of the garden.
Good. It gives you something to do.
It's going to drop a bough one day. Mark me. Right on that shed.
With you in it, if I'm lucky.
It's a bloody eyesore, honestly.
It's the most beautiful thing in the garden. It's the only thing that hasn't been pruned to within an inch of its life and doesn't grow in a straight line.
Hi.
Where the hell did you come from?
Berlin.
Rosie! Hello, love, you're right. Hello.
What's happened?
Nothing's happened.
What's wrong with you? Bob?
Are you hurt?
No,
Sick?
I'm fine.
Well, when did you get in?
About an hour ago. Told me where to get through customs.
Well, why didn't you call?
I wanted to surprise you.
But, love, I would have come and picked you up. I would have been there for you.
It's fine, I caught a taxi.
God, well, how much did that cost?
It's me.
Fran,
Rosie's back.
she got a taxi.
Dad, something's happened.
Mom!
Well, did he go the coast road at least?
It was a she and she came down the expressway.
I think you should come over.
It didn't really matter, there wasn't much traffic.
Rosie, love, that's just it. They think the expressway is quicker, but if there's no traffic, the coast road is quicker.
That was Pip. She's on her way.
Oh, you should have called.
I'll call your brothers.
I wanted to surprise you.
You did.
It's Mum.
Look at you. Franny.
I know. Rosie's back. Something's happened.
Mom!
You look...
Different?
No.
All grown up?
No, just the same, actually.
Meg's on her way.
I meant to look older, Dad.
Well, I know, but you haven't been away for that long, love, have you?
Ben, Rosie's back.
I wanted to surprise you.
Something's happened.
You did, love, you did.
Nothing's happened, Mom.
Look at you.
I know.
You look...
Just the same, apparently.
No, you look...
What?
Did you meet someone?
No.
A boy?
No!
Did he hurt you?
Who hurt you?
A boy.
Mum, will you stop asking me all these questions because I don't have the answers. Not yet, not now. And if you keep asking me, I am going to cry. I'm home, okay? That's as much as I know right now.
Okay. You're home. Oh, Bob, she's home!
No, it's brilliant, isn't it, love? It's
We can
brilliant.
sleep again.
Oh, tell me about it.
Rosie! Hi! I know she's here. Can you believe it?
I know. She just walks in through the front door without so much as a phone call. Then she catches a taxi. Pick from the airport.
What for?
That's exactly. When there's all these cars here and all these people able to pick her up. I mean, come on, love. What's the point of a family if they can't pick you up from the airport?
I told you I wanted to surprise you.
I'm still getting up off the floor, love.
You look.
Just the same, apparently.
Mum said,
Nothing's happened.
what happened?
Nothing.
Why have you come home
Somebody hurt
early?
her.
Mum.
A boy.
Oh, Rosie, really?
No.
Are you okay?
I don't want this to be about that. Dad!
Yeah, look. Give the girl some air, for God's sake. She's just got back. She doesn't want to talk about it yet, okay? Rosie, what happened?
The guy hurt her.
What's his name? Where's he at? Hey, little sister. I've missed you. Where have you been again? Hey, Mr. Applelock.
Hello, Austin. You all right? Hey, her right there. She caught a taxi.
From the airport?
I know.
I would have picked you up.
That's what I said.
You should have phoned.
I told her.
I'm making coffee. Who wants coffee?
I can't stay.
Oh, you can stay for a moment.
I'm late, Mum.
Rosie's back.
Where's Steve and the girls?
At home. They've got school.
Oh.
Oh, Dad's picking him up at 3:15. Rosie, go with him and make sure he's not late.
I'm never late.
We're late on Monday.
Oh, for God's sake. Hey, Rosie. Pip's been promoted.
Oh, really? That's fantastic.
Starting so early and finishing later.
She's in charge of a whole government department. Can you believe it? An entire government department.
No, I'm not.
It's incredible what she does.
I'm overseeing curriculum development. It's temporary. I'm filling in for someone.
She's reporting directly to the Minister for Education.
Just his advisors, actually.
But you've met the Minister.
Once.
Well, there you go then. They even sent her overseas.
Oh, where?
Vancouver. It was just a conference.
She's lucky she's got help.
I know that, Mum.
I'm just saying with Steve. He's
Yeah.
good with the kids.
Yeah, he's great. He's their father.
With a job of his own.
Yeah, that's right. He's a father and he's got an important job of his own. He's amazing.
I'm just saying that some dads can't manage it as well as he can.
I know, Mum. I don't need you to tell me.
Well, excuse me for having an opinion on the matter.
Oh, can I scream now? Would anyone mind if I screamed right now?
It's not been used. Dad, this hasn't been used.
Bloody hell.
He hasn't worked it out yet, love.
I told you. Dad, you put the pod in and turn it on. Why don't you use the things I buy for you?
Look, son. It's because I don't need them, all right? I don't need leaf blowers, coffee machines, all right? Because a rake does the job just as well, and I drink tea anyway. I think you've got more money than sense half the time.
Well, I work for it.
Yeah, I know you do, but you need to put a bit of it away. That's all I'm saying.
I'll have a coffee. Anyone want coffee? Rosie, Pip?
I have to go.
Make your sisters a coffee, Ben. I'll have a latte.
Well, give it a break.
Rosie?
I thought you just got away.
So did I.
You want coffee, Meg?
I can't stay.
You literally just walked in.
Hey, Ben, why don't you make one of them things for me after all, eh?
Oh, yeah, show him how to do it, Ben. It's good to learn new things, Bob.
Yeah, give us a look at that thing, eh?
Go on. Oh,
So what happened over there then?
I don't want to talk about it.
Rosie.
No, I don't want to talk about it, okay? Where's Taylor?
she didn't tell you.
We split up.
Really?
A month ago.
Are you okay? I'm so sorry.
Bye.
He left her.
Mum, it was mutual.
Packed a bag and walked out without an explanation.
Were you there, Mum?
And why wouldn't he?
Mum! You have no idea what happened.
Now, I've got a pretty good idea.
Do you?
He wanted children. Did he? And you wouldn't be in it.
Is that right?
Then what? Tell me that man just wouldn't walk away like that.
Hey, come on now. Let's not have any of that. Rosie's just got back. Now's not the time.
I know, but I liked him.
I know.
He was a part of this family for 3 years.
I know, look, I know.
And then one day he's gone. And she gives us nothing. We're not even allowed to say goodbye. I miss him. I really thought he was part of this family, and I'd made room for him.
I know that, Mum. I'm sorry.
I've got to get going.
Oh, we'll have dinner tonight, all together.
Yeah, good idea, yeah. But Mum, I've got plans.
Well, so what? Rosie's back. Change them.
Hey, I tell you what, this coffee's not half bad. Oh, dear. So what are you up to tonight then, Ben?
Got work.
Oh, what, all night? Hard life, isn't it, son? Oh, dear.
Ben, your washing's folded up on your bed. Don't mind me.
You still do his washing?
Yes, only on Sundays.
And it's just my shirt.
Mom!
Well, he does his own underwear.
So, he can learn how to iron. He's 28!
Well, Mum helps you with your kids.
So,
I'm just saying.
that's different.
Why?
Because she'll help you with your kids too. If you ever find a woman stupid enough to have them with.
Bloody hell,
That?
Penny.
What kind of thing is that to say? Of course he will.
I just said, Mum, you're not doing him any favours.
Look, it's my washing machine, it's my house, and he's my son. I'll do his washing if I want to.
Oh, well, you back me up.
Then do your own washing.
I do. It's just my shirt. And anyway, I can't get them like she does.
Then take them to the laundry and pay for it.
What's the matter, Pip? I think you're missing out on something here.
You work, Mum. You always have. You work harder and more hours than anyone in this family. You should not still be ironing and washing his shirts.
Well, that's my business.
Oh, I'm going.
I don't need defending for my own son. No one misses out here, you understand? What one gets, another one gets in a different way.
Who'd have thought it, eh?
Yes, I know, Bob.
She's been all over the world. All over the world, and now she's back here with us lot. Our little Rosie. Oh, and to think, she wasn't even supposed to be here in the first place.
Please no.
Oh, but
This again.
Souths, they were in the grand final. Oh, so it was a big night.
Enough of that story. It's enough to say that your father's lazy and irresponsible and should have had it on when he didn't.
Mum!
And he was all too quick with his business anyway, so there was no joy in it for anyone but him. But that's what happened on grand final night after a few beers. And let that be a warning to you all.
Thanks, Mum. Yeah.
I did not need to know that again, Mum.
Hey, look, she's right. I'm not going to deny it. It's all true. But thank God for a little recklessness, because
Oh, yeah.
look what came of it.
Right, don't forget the chickens, Rosie.
Yeah, do you want me to get them ready for you?
Yeah, I'll call you in.
Has anyone seen my phone?
I'm pretty sure I know
Oh,
how
you
to
are
prepare a
full.
chicken,
All right,
Mum.
all right.
Well, you don't know everything.
I probably do about this. It's a
You have to put
Somewhere.
salt on the inside.
I know that, Mum.
You're so gorgeous, you know that.
I can't wait to see the girls. I've got presents for them.
You didn't have to do that.
I know I didn't, but I wanted to.
It's all right. I found it. Thanks everyone for your concern.
I'll call you after, yeah?
Are you okay?
Yeah, go on. I'll give it a shot.
Fine, I'm just
See you later,
really
love.
sick of answering that question.
Bye!
Bye!
Yeah. What?
I'm just sick of answering that question. Just, you know, I wish that
What?
you'd got away.
I wasn't ready.
It's fine, just don't miss the chance like the rest of us did.
I'll see you later.
See ya.
Bye.
Oh shit, I'm so late. I might not make it back for dinner, but don't tell Mum. Love you.
Oh no, Ben, come.
Bye.
Ben, it would be good for us all to be together.
Hey, you hungry?
I ate on the plate.
Oh, right. Well, fancy a bite to eat later? There's some bolognese in fridge.
I'm not eating much meat anymore.
Oh, right. Well, there's probably some cucumbers or something like that in there and all.
Roses look good.
Oh, thanks, love. They're in their first flush, just like you, Rosie. Look, are you going to tell me what happened over there?
I fell in love with the wrong guy.
Hurt, did it?
So much, Dad.
Hey, look. Most people have their heart broken at least once in their lifetimes. Hopefully for you, this will be the only time.
Have you?
No. No, I've been with your mother since I was a kid. First and only love.
Dear Ed comes from the esteemed musical Les Mis, and as it ticks a moment, a group of revolutionaries decide to stand up and rebel against injustice.
the sections are prepared.
The back the training at the lead.
Students, workers, everyone, there's a river on the run, like the flowing of a tide, and it's coming to our side.
So near, it's stirring the blood in their veins, and yet beware. Don't let the wine go to your brains.
For the army we fight is a dangerous foe, with the men in the arms that we never can match. It is easy to sit here and swallow like flies, but the National Guard will be hard to catch. We need a sign to rally the people, to call them to arms, to bring them in line.
Marius, you're late. What's wrong today? You look as if you've seen a ghost.
Some whine and say what's going on.
A ghost, you say? A ghost maybe. She was just like a ghost to me. 1 minute there, then she was gone.
I am agog, I am aghast. It's Marius in love at last. I've never seen him ooh and ah. We spoke of battles to be won, and here he comes like Don Juan. It is better than an opera. Mwah!
It is time for us all to decide who we are. Do we fight for the right to a night at the opera now? Have you asked of yourselves what the price you might pay? Is it simply a game for rich young boys to play? The colours of the world are changing day by day.
Red, the blood of angry men. Black, the dark of ages past. Red, a world about to dawn. Black, the night that ends at last.
Had you been there tonight, you might know how it feels to be struck to the bone in a moment of breathless delight. Had you been there tonight, you might also have known how the world may be changed in just one burst of light,
And what was right seems wrong, and what was wrong seems right. Red, I feel my soul on fire. Black, my world if she's not there. Red, the color of desire. Black, the color of despair.
Marius, you are no longer a child. I do not doubt you mean it well, but now there is a higher call. Who cares about your lonely soul? We strive towards a larger goal. Our little lives don't count at all.
Red, the blood of angry men. Black, the dark of ages past. Red, a world about to dawn. Black, the night that ends at last.
Described as the funniest farce ever written, Noises Off by Michael Frayn is about a group of somewhat bad actors rehearsing their flop show, Nothing's On. In their next piece, it's a small extract about them rehearsing in their technical, or is it dress rehearsal?
No good you going on. I can't answer the phone and open my sardines. I've only got one pair of feet. Hello? Yes.
Sorry.
Hello? Yes, but there's no one here. No, Mr. Brent's not here. He lives here, yes. Only he doesn't live here now, because he lives in Spain. Yes, Mr. Philip Brent, that's right. The one who writes them plays. Only now he writes them in Spain. No, she's not here. She's in Spain. There's no one here. They're all in Spain. Am I in Spain? No. I'm the housekeeper, only I finish at 1 on a Wednesday, so I've got myself a nice tin of sardines to put my feet up with and watch the royal, on the telly, with the acts. And now where's that newspaper? Sorry. If you're calling about letting the ass, you'll have to ring the ass agents, because they're the agents for the ass. Squire, Ackerman. Oh, what's that other one? No, they're not in Spain. They're in the study by the telephone. Squire, Ackerman. Hold on, I'll go look. It's always the same, isn't it? You take the weight off your feet and it all comes down on your head. And I take the sardines. No, I leave the sardines. No, I take the sardines.
Leave the sardines and you put the receiver back.
Oh, the receiver. I put the receiver back. Right.
And you leave the sardines.
I put the receiver back and I leave the sardines.
You leave the sardines.
Right. We've changed that, have we, love?
No, love.
So that's what I've always been doing.
Should we say that was my precious?
How about the words, love? Am I getting some of them right?
Some of them have a very familiar ring.
Only, it's like a fruit machine in there. I open my mouth, I never know if it's going to come out 3 oranges or 2 lemons and a banana.
Anyways, it's not midnight yet, so you're holding the receiver.
I'm holding the receiver.
Squire.
Oh, Squire, Ackerman. Hold on, don't go away, I'm putting you down. Always the same, isn't it? You take the weight off your feet and they all come running after you.
I have a housekeeper, yes, but this is her afternoon off. So we've got the whole place entirely to ourselves.
Gary! Rob! Dottie!
Come back.
Yes, and take the newspaper off of you.
The newspaper? Oh, the newspaper.
Here you are, love.
Sorry, love.
Don't worry, love, it's only the technical.
It's the dress, Gary, honey. It's the dress rehearsal.
So when was the technical?
So when was the dress? We open tomorrow night.
Oh, well, we're all thinking it as a technical, aren't we, love?
It's all those words, Gary, my sweet.
Oh, don't worry about the words, love.
Coming up like oranges and lemons.
Oh, your words are fine. Your words are better than the... Oh, I don't know. Isn't that right?
Sorry?
I mean, okay, so you've been playing this part for, like, a really long time, and... Oh, do you know what I mean? Anyway, we've got to go to Yeovil, and we've only had a fortnight to rehearse, and then we've got to God knows where, and then God knows where else we are. I mean, don't you feel a bit,
That's right, Gary, Mike. Isn't that right, Lloyd?
Beautifully put, Gary.
Sorry, Lloyd, sometimes you just have to come out of it,
I know that, Gary.
Thanks, Lloyd.
Anyway, you're
One
holding...
thing, Lloyd, because we've stopped, I've worked with many directors. Some were brilliant, some were bastards, but you're just absolutely, I don't know.
Thank you, Gary. I'm very touched. Now will you get off the fucking stage?
Aha.
Brooke?
Yeah?
Are you in?
In?
Are you there?
What?
Fine. You're off. I'll call you another time. Dottie, you're holding the receiver.
I'm holding the receiver. receiver. I put the receiver down. I leave the sardines. It's always the same story, isn't it? You take the weight off your feet and it's a load off your stomach and it's a load off your mind. And off at last I go.
I have a housekeeper, yes, but this is her afternoon off.
Sardines?
So we'll only just manage to fit it in. I mean...
Sardines? Great! And this is all yours?
Yes, just an old shack in the woods, really. Converted, posset mill, 16th century.
It must have cost a bomb!
Well, yes, one has to have somewhere to entertain their business associates. There's one coming at 4 o'clock, in fact. Arab chic. Oil, you know.
Right, and I've got to get those papers to our Basingstoke office by 4.
Yes, we'll only just manage to fit it in. I mean, do it. I mean...
Right then.
We won't bother to chill the champagne. The champagne!
All these doors!
Oh, only a handful, really. There's the study, there's the kitchen, and the flat for the housemaid.
And which one's the...
The what?
You know.
Oh, the usual offices, yes, through there.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Now I've lost the sardines.
Oh, I didn't know anybody was here.
I'm not. I'm off. Only it's the royal, you know, with the hat and the flowers. And who are you?
I'm from the agents.
From the agents?
Squire, Hackman and Dudley.
Which one are you then? Squire, Ackham or Dudley?
I'm Tramplemaine.
Coming in here as if you own the place. I thought you was a burglar.
No, I just came in to do 1 or 2 jobs. To do some measurements. I have an associate coming in fact, later.
What is wrong with this door? That is not the bedroom.
No, it's not. It's the bathroom and the WC suite. This is Mrs. Crockett.
Clack it, dear. Clack it. Oh, hi.
She's not really here.
Only it's the royal, you know, with the axe and the flowers and... You don't need to be here. I'm not. I'm off. Only it's the royal... Wait. With the royal, you know...
Anyway, don't mind us. We'll just do a few measurements.
I'll keep the sand down low.
No, you don't have to do that, it's fine.
Only now I've lost the newspaper. Sardines!
I'm sorry about this.
That's all right. We don't need the
Sardines!
television, do we?
Lloyd, these sardines are driving us all mad.
Is there something wrong with the sardines, Gary?
I mean, there's 4 plates
Poppy?
of sardines coming in Act 1. They go here, they go there, she has them, I have them. I mean, don't
Poppy?
you feel just a bit, oh, you know...
There's nothing wrong with the sardines, Poppy love. We think the sardines are lovely.
No, it's just the sardines, the boxes, the bags. It's just a bit, you know...
Well then, what do you want me to change, Gary? The boxes, the bags, the doors?
We can't go changing things now, love.
I know, it's just the doors, the sardines, I mean... Okay, I've made my point.
You certainly have, Gary. Now, let's go from Poppy's exit. Brooke, Gary, you're off.
Poppy,
Yeah?
don't let this happen again.
Oh.
Happy now, Dotty, my pet?
Perfectly happy, Lloyd, my precious.
Will you do something for me then, Dotty?
Anything, Lloyd.
Take the sardines off of you.
Piece we've been working on with our singing tutor Emily, and we are sure you will recognise it. First released in 2002 and re-recorded over 100 times by different artists. This is You Raise Me Up.
The next piece is a further instalment of the Alvin Ailey choreography, and it is a trio called Deliver Daniel. Hope you enjoy. Thank you very much.
Did my Lord deliver Daniel? Deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel. Did my Lord deliver Daniel? And the one of every man. Did my Lord deliver Daniel? Deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel. Did my Lord deliver Daniel? And the one of every man. He delivered Daniel from a lion's den. I set my foot on the ship began to get. It carried me over into Cape land.
And why not let every man in my Lord deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel, in my Lord deliver Daniel.
And why not let every man
in my Lord deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel, in my Lord deliver Daniel.
And why not every
Our next piece of theatre is a contemporary reimagining of the Emmeline Pankhurst Freedom of Death speech. It was delivered on the 13th of November 1913 and has become famous as a speech to raise awareness of the battle women faced in the struggle for equality. Our version of this piece will be delivered using many voices to demonstrate the unity of the people in this fight.
I am here as a soldier who has temporarily left the field of battle in order to explain what civil war is like. When civil war is waged by women.
I am not only here as a soldier who has temporarily left the field of battle, I am here as a person who, according to the laws courts of my country, is of
no value to the community at all.
I am adjudged because of my life to be a dangerous person, under a sentence of penal servitude in a convict prison.
Well, I do not look either very like a soldier or very like a convict, and yet I am both.
Yeah.
In England, there is a strange manifestation taking place.
A new form of hysteria being swept across part of the feminist population of those isles.
And this manifestation takes the shape of irresponsible breaking of windows and burning of the letters.
General inconvenience to honest, respectable business people who want to attend their business.
It is very irrational, you all say.
Even if these women truly understood what it was they were doing, and even if they really did want the vote,
they've adopted very irrational means for getting the vote.
Yes, exactly. Persuade people that you ought to have the right to vote by breaking our windows.
You had to make a great many people very uncomfortable.
Now, one woman was arrested on an occasion when a great many windows were broken in London as a protest against a piece of trickery on the part of the government.
We broke those windows as a protest.
Aye, you broke a good many shopkeepers' windows.
You broke the windows of the shopkeepers, where you spend your money, where you buy your hats and your clothing. They broke the windows of many of the clubs, the smart clubs in Piccadilly.
I know. Yeah, one of those clubs was the Guard Club.
Well, the ordinary army man is not so much in politics, but he very often, because of his aristocratic and social connections, has considerable influence if he would use it.
One woman broke the windows of the Guard Club.
Broke those windows. She stood there quietly until the guard hall porter came out and seized her, and the policeman took her to prison.
The guards came out to see the kind of woman who it was who had broken their windows, and there they saw a quiet little woman.
She happened to be an actress, a woman who had come into our militant movement because she knew of the difficulties and dangers and temptations of an actress's life. So she came into the militant movement to get votes for actresses as quickly as possible.
The guards, who knew nothing of how to earn a living, or the difficulties of a man's life, let alone the difficulties of a woman's life.
You've done nothing wrong.
It's because you've done nothing, I've broken your windows.
Yes. The shopkeeper couldn't understand why we would break the shopkeeper's window.
Why should you alienate the sympathy of the shopkeepers?
Exactly. Where's the other side of the question? Gentlemen, why should the shopkeepers alienate their customers by refusing to help them get political power?
We're not politicians.
Yes. Those women broke shopkeepers' windows. But what was the situation?
Just at the beginning of the new winter season, when all the new hats and coats were being shown, the shopkeepers had to barricade their windows with wood, and nobody could even see their new winter fashions.
Well, there again creates an impossible situation.
Yes.
The shopkeepers cannot afford to quarrel with their customers. And today we have far more practical means of sympathy among the shopkeepers of London.
Yet more than we ever
had when we were quiet, gentle, ladylike suffragists asking nicely for the vote.
Then there were the men of pleasure, or the businessmen who were so busy earning money during the week that all they could focus on when the week came to an end was recreation.
And the great recreation in England today is...
Playing golf!
Every day on a Saturday, you'd see men streaming away into the country for the weekend to play golf.
They so monopolised these golf links, and they made a rule that although the ladies may play golf throughout the week, the course is reserved for entirely men on Saturdays and Sundays.
They are not putting their heads together, thinking how best they can govern this country for you, and what new laws they can make for you and for this world.
They are there, all of them at the weekend getting their health, and I do not blame them for it.
Well, we attacked the golf links.
Yes! We wanted to make them think.
And if you had been in London and taken a Sunday paper, you would have read, especially if you play golf, with consternation that all the beautiful greens that had taken years to make
They'd been cut up and destroyed with an acid, or made almost impossible to play upon.
Well, I was staying at a little house in the countryside, and several times in the course of that Sunday morning, I got telephone calls from gentlemen who were prominent members of golf clubs in that vicinity.
It just so happened that the golf links where I was spending the weekend had not been touched. Those links had been respected because some of the prominent women suffragettes happened to be members of the club. And those women destroyed the greens.
Yes. I don't know who they were, but it was no doubt done by women. Spare the links of these women whom they respected and admired played.
Well, this morning I was rung up over and over again by many excited gentlemen who begged that the golf links would be spared, saying...
I don't know whether your followers know that we are all suffragists.
Yes.
On our committee, we're entirely in favour of women's suffrage.
Well, don't you think you had better tell Mr. Asquith so? Because if you are a suffragist and do nothing, naturally you will only add to the indignation of the women.
Yes. Do you really want your golf links spared? You'd better imitate to Mr. Asquith that you think it is high time he put his principles into practice and gave women the vote.
With the members of our committee, who are all suffragists, are seriously considering throwing all the women members out if this sort of behaviour carries on.
Do you think your greatest safety is to keep the women in the club as a sort of insurance policy against anything happening to your links?
Come back.
We found that all the fine phrases of freedom and liberty were entirely for male consumption and that they did not in any way apply to women.
When it was said,
Taxation without representation is tyranny.
it was the taxation of men without representation is tyranny.
Everybody quite calmly accepted the fact that women had to pay for taxes and even were sent to prison if failed to do so.
Government of the people, for the people, and by the people.
Again, only for male consumption. Half of the population were entirely ignored.
Yes. Women were expected to obey the laws and pay their taxes and look as pleasant as possible, given the circumstances.
In fact, every principle of liberty enunciated in any civilised country, with very few exceptions, were held entirely for men. And when women had to force the putting of practice into these principles, only then they had decided they'd come into a very unpleasant situation indeed.
In our civil war, people have suffered. But you cannot make omelettes without breaking the eggs.
Yes.
Therefore, you cannot have war without damage to something.
Yes. But the great thing is to see that no more damage is done than is absolutely necessary. That you do just as much as will arouse enough feeling to bring about a peace, an honourable peace for the combatants. And that's what we've been doing.
Put them in prison.
That will stop them.
But it didn't stop it.
They put women in prison for long terms of imprisonment, for making a nuisance of themselves. That's what they said when they took the petitions to the doors of the House of Commons. They thought that by putting them in prison, giving them a day's imprisonment, would cause them to all settle down and there'd be no further trouble.
But it didn't happen so at all. Instead of women giving up, more and more women did it. Until there were 300 women who had not broken a single law, only made a nuisance of themselves.
Well then, they thought thought they must go a little further. And so they started imposing punishments of a very serious kind.
The judge who sentenced me last May 3 years penal servitude for certain speeches in which I'd accepted responsibility of acts of violence done by other women, said if I was to say I was sorry, if I could promise not to do it again, that they would revise my sentence and shorten it.
All right, I agree it was a very heavy sentence, especially as the jury recommended her to mercy because of the purity of her motives.
And he said he was giving me a determinate sentence. A sentence that will convince me that I will give up mine
evil ways.
And would also
deter other women from imitating you.
But it hadn't that effect at all.
So far from it having that effect, more and more women are doing these things.
And they're more determined in doing them, so that the long determinate sentence would crush the agitation.
They little know what women are.
Yes.
Women are very slow to rouse, but once they are aroused,
Once they are determined,
Nothing on earth and nothing in heaven
will make women give way.
It is impossible.
So here I am.
I come to ask you to help us win this fight.
If we win it, the hardest of all fights, and then to be sure that it is made easier for women all over the world to win their fight.
When their time comes.
The next piece is March of the Women. It was the national anthem for the women's suffrage. We recently performed this in the WI to celebrate 100 years of women's suffrage.